Hi everybody, thank you for tuning in. For those who are tuning in for the first time, welcome. My name is Dan Pardo. I'm a New York-based music director, arranger, and pianist, and this is Pardo's Turn. It's my new web series where I do a bit of song analysis from a music director's point of view and perhaps shed a little light on what makes the gems of our musical theater canon so great. I have been so incredibly lucky to have had Chuck Cooper and Nancy Anderson on the show so far. If you haven't seen those episodes yet, please do yourself a favor and check them out. It is well worth your time. And while you're at it, like, comment, subscribe, share. Thank you in advance. And my luck keeps on rolling because today I get to introduce the gifted and delightful Lauren Marcus. We got to work together last summer as she brilliantly played Amy and Company at Barrington Stage. She just finished a run of The Humans at St. Louis Rep, and she's about to start rehearsals for the Off-Broadway premiere of Be More Chill, written by her talented hubby, Joe Iconis. But Lauren's actually a really great songwriter in her own right. I was able to catch her last show at Rockwood Music Hall earlier this spring. It was fantastic. And today, we will be discussing one of our favorites, Somewhere That's Green, by Alan Menken and Howard Ashman, from their breakout off-Broadway hit, Little Shop of Horrors. Now you might be thinking, Somewhere That's Green, that song is so simple, why bother? And to you, I'd argue that the key to the song is precisely its simplicity. I mean, take a look at the character of Audrey, a beat-up shop girl working on Skid Row with a few prospects and probably as many brain cells. Despite a kind heart, her dreams are not big ones. Basic household appliances, a tidy home, and a family where she can cook, her husband can take care of the lawn, and her kids can watch 50s TV programs on a screen the size of an iPad Pro. The music, therefore, demands simplicity, and Menken delivers. Harmonic progressions that are safe and familiar, a melody that rises and falls like cleansing breaths, simple suspensions and passing dissonances whose sound resolutions are as inevitable as the ending of an episode of Leave It to Beaver. My favorite part of the song is the bridge, which starts somewhat adventurously on a flat 6 chord. Between the frozen dinner and our bedtime, 9:15, it resolves quickly back to the tonic, as if to say, man, that frozen dinner was about as exciting as I can go. I'm going to keep my bedtime nice and early. The registration, or the relative height of the music, stays fairly high throughout the song, eliciting a music box type quality that is soft and sentimental, but also a little fragile and bittersweet. Like the wind-up melody of a music box, the song gives you the sense that Audrey's ending will come a little sooner than expected. And you're rooting for her to find her green someplace before the play is through. That's because the song, despite its apparent similarities to Happy to Keep His Dinner Warm from How to Succeed, is not a satire. It's earnest and heartfelt. Like Seymour, it don't condescend. Truth be told, it's a perfectly crafted song, and don't let anyone else convince you otherwise. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Dan.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Please, thank you for asking me to be here.
And I'm really pumped that you wanted to do Somewhere That's Green.
Thank you.
Because it's, I think it falls into a category of guilty pleasures, and there's no reason why it should be.
It is not a guilty. It is
not a guilty pleasure.
Little Shop is my number one favorite show, and I'm not ashamed to say that.
There are a lot of shows that I feel get either a bad rap or are cheapened, and when you look at their construction, I think Legally Blonde falls into that category. Little Shop definitely falls into this category. It's tight, it's solid, the characters are well written, the music's fun. It's a blast.
I think it's a blast, but I really do think it is so smart if you look at that writing. And I think it's completely underestimated sometimes.
Lyrically, musically, and the book.
Yep, agreed.
So you played the role, is that right?
I did play the role. Is
this a song that you always kind of loved, or did you kind of gain appreciation when you played it?
It's kind of a funny story. I was obsessed with Little Shop when I was a kid, and so I remember riding to camp, listening to it on my headphones, and I was particularly obsessed with acting this song out, in the mirror.
The Off-Broadway recording with
Yes, okay. Yeah, the original. And so I got to do this part. I happened to be at a theater seeing my friend in another show, and they were teching Little Shop, as part of their season.
Right.
And the girl playing Audrey had a family emergency, and she had to leave. So at midnight, I got asked to start rehearsals the next day at 8 a.m. And
you were there as a patron?
I was there as a patron, and the show started in 3 days.
Oh my gosh.
And so I had 3 days, but thank God little Lauren knew this score
Yeah.
inside and out because she was ready to go.
Oh, that is too funny.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, for our viewers who don't know, our connection mostly, I think, is doing company together last year. And, I just love watching you 8 times a week. And what got me is how much truth and honesty and empathy you brought to that character.
Thank you.
And, like Audrey, I think Amy is a character that's often painted with a broad brush and as a caricature.
Yeah.
The same way that Audrey is painted with this broad brush as this, stupid person.
Yeah.
And I didn't see her Audrey, but based on your Amy, I'd imagine that you brought with her empathy and depth. And
I hope I did.
So, what's your approach to doing these characters that are often played two-dimensionally?
I love these types of characters and kind of finding what is truthful. I mean, we're all kind of crazy, and so I think it's kind of finding that part within yourself, but grounding it with the honest, the emotions are coming from somewhere. She wants this better life, this different life. She wants it so badly, which I think, it would be silly if an actor could. I think it would be silly if an actor couldn't somehow find that in them. We've all felt that. Yeah. I have trouble sometimes thinking of, especially female characters that are allowed to be so funny and so tragic at the same time. And I just think that show, really nails it. I know Seymour's the greatest, but I'm dating a semi-sadist. So I got a black eye and my arm's in a cast. Still that Seymour's the cutie. Well, if not, he's got inner beauty. And I dream of a place where we could be together at last. A match finds seven wall, a fence, a real chain link, a real outlined patio, disposal in the sink, a washer, empty dryer, and an ironing machine in a terrace that we share. Somewhere that's green. He rakes and trims the grass. He loves to mow and weed. I cook like Betty Crocker, and I look like Donna Reed. There's plastic on the furniture to keep it neat and clean. In the pine saw scented air, somewhere that's green. Between a frozen dinner and our bedtime, 9:15, we snuggle watching Lucy on a big, enormous 12-inch screen. I'm here, December bright. He's father, he knows best. Our kids watch Howdy Doody as the sun sets in the west. A picture of better homes and gardens magazine.
interesting to me off camera, which was that you felt like Audrey isn't deserving of the things that she wants in the song.
Yes. Yeah.
I'd love to hear more about your take on it.
I feel like that is kind of her entire journey. I think that she had a bad life, and I think it was just ingrained in her, and she got the idea that she gets this lot in life, and this is what she has, and she doesn't deserve better. So this really is like her ultimate dream, these really simple things that hopefully would just be like minimum in someone's life, like
I know,
kitchen appliances
like
and
baseline.
like a nice man who doesn't beat you up.
Right. I love the melodies. It's kind of built into that, you know.
Yes.
It's like
the writing.
Oh,
like I said, I want that, but I don't have it.
Right. It's the hope and then the doubt.
Yeah.
I think is built into that melody.
Which is why when you get to the third verse, it's so I feel like I could cry. It's so upsetting because you really hear her like kind of. She knows it, but realize like I really don't have that. It's so close in my dreams, but I really don't have that. But the end note I think is also hopeful. Like the actual physical note. Yeah. They die at the end. She dies.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert if you haven't caught it.
In the play, which was produced 35 years ago, they die.
What's funny is though I think that I'm obsessed with the fact that she died. I became like very into it as a child, and I didn't know that shows could end like that. Like I didn't know that was actually like an ending that could be done, and I found the dark side of it really interesting. But
especially something in the package of a musical comedy.
Yeah. She does get her dream ultimately. She does go somewhere that's green.
Do you think she's happy at the end?
It makes me cry. I just truly love the show so much. It makes me think of her at the end. I think she's happy because she knows that Seymour loves her. She knows that she ultimately could have had that life. She was going to have that life, and she was worthy of it. And she loves Seymour, and he's gonna. She thinks, gonna live. And I think she's content knowing that she's more than what she thought she was.
Spoiler alert, he dies too.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much for
You're
coming
welcome.
on. This was awesome.
This was so fun.
And so let's plug all your stuff. So right now, you have a show with Joe at 54 Below.
Yeah.
What's that in detail?
So that is June 21st, 54 Below, 9 p.m. My husband, Joe Iconis, and I are doing this Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash show called Love Letter, where it's kind of like an infusion of their life, of our life, of their music, of a little bit of our music. And we did it last year for like a teeny tiny run, 3 performances, a run. And we're coming back for a one night only.
Great. Back by popular demand. And speaking of things that are back, we're starting rehearsals for Be More Chill.
Be More Chill, which will be Off-Broadway at the Signature this summer. Which is
that an open run or is it a limited?
No, I believe it's through September 23rd.
Great. So get your tickets. We'll try and find some ticket links and put them in the information below. And as I said, I am in Vermont now doing Fun Home at the Weston Theater, which the Weston Playhouse, which Lauren has worked at too. It's a great place. We're in the middle of the first week. The cast is sounding awesome. I'm super excited, and I'm going to hope to get some of my cast members on the program throughout the summer. I'll see you next week. Bye.
I'm here.